Hello, this is this week's 5 Minutes for Freedom video. I'm going to be talking about hypervigilance. Hypervigilance. Hyper means excessive. Hyperactive, you probably know that word. Hypervigilance is about always watching, keeping a vigil. Always watching what's going on all the time, not just in conversations, but in every detail of our environment. Oh, somebody moved my centerpiece and it's not where I want it. I have to put it back. A lot of times people compare hypervigilance to OCD. OCD. As a matter of fact, I bumped into a young woman who was saying that, oh, I just have OCD. I said, do you really? Have you been diagnosed with that actually, officially? Well, no, but she shared some different things. And I said, well, now, just wait a minute. And we had a really nice conversation. Look, hypervigilance, it can be a drawback. For one thing, when we're constantly paying attention to our environment, we lose track of what's going on the inside of us. And there's a lot of things in our environment that we can't do anything about, specifically other people. But we are the ones who can make a difference about what's going on inside of us. So if the centerpiece that's off center irritates the heck out of us, or just makes us a little nervous, I need to straighten it, we're taking care of what's going on the inside. And that's actually a really good thing, because we're calming our nervous system, which, our body is a temple of the Holy Spirit. So we are tasked to keep that place calm. And this kind of nervous encounter is not the only way, but it's a good illustration. So if you're at someone else's home and their centerpiece is off center, and it literally makes you uncomfortable, you can't relax, enjoy the evening, but you don't dare touch it because it's theirs, not yours. And so you're in massive turmoil. Hypervigilance can definitely be a problem. Why did I bring this up? Because yes, I've had this problem. As a matter of fact, these 5 minutes for freedom are all about the insights and information that I have about them in order to share these little gems about how to handle them and manage things. So let me share that with you now about hypervigilance. The first thing is, if you notice that you're caught in this repetitive pattern, be sure to stop yourself. Pay attention. Oh, yes, that's the thing Sandra was talking about. I do have that. It was like, oh, when it comes, stop. This is not that big a deal. Or, yeah, I need to load the dishwasher before I go to bed so that when I wake up in the morning, I won't be overloaded with too many jobs in front of me. And just do it. But if it is in that category of things you can't do anything about, let me just remind you of some things. First of all, especially things coming up, God knows the future and he's in charge of it. So the hypervigilance about what's coming up and what might happen and so on, I talked about that the other day, about scenarios that we make. Hypervigilance is the same way. God is in charge of this environment. He knows what's going on. We can trust him. It's another, actually, hypervigilance and also OCD, which I did convince the young lady that she just had OCD tendencies, and that was fine. She had a relaxing evening after that. But we can do something about it. Remember that in James, we have not because we ask not. If we need to be aware so we can calm down, we can ask for that. If we need the energy and equipping to walk away when we can't straighten our neighbor's centerpiece, we need to ask for that. I'm Sandra Allen Lovelace. I encourage women who are ready to come out of the darkness into the bright and out of the heaviness into the light. I'm a coach. Anyway, reach out to me if I can help you in any of these topics. Sandra Allen Lovelace at gmail.com. Have a great weekend.